And now for 7 Minutes With, which will feature a short interview each month with the leader of a distribution or manufacturing company.
I'm Janelle Selden-Holtmeyer, Associate Editor of Modern Distribution Management, and I'm talking today with Chris Hartmann, Executive Vice President and CEO of Rexel Holdings USA. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Janelle.
Could you give us an overview of Rexel and its North American operations?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Rexel Holdings USA is the U.S. subsidiary of the Rexel Group. The Rexel Group is one of the world's leading distributors of electrical products and services, with global sales last year of around 12 billion euros. In the U.S., we have annual sales of a little more than $3.5 billion, 5,000 employees, and over 300 branches throughout the country. We primarily serve the industrial, commercial, and residential construction markets through two major banners, one being Gexpro and the other being Rexel. In addition, we have an integrated platform of solutions and services in energy efficiency and renewable energy. We also help our customers maximize some profits, especially in the industrial arenas, through certain MRO and production services.
Could you tell me a little bit more about Rexel USA and Gexpro? How much synergy is there between the two companies, and how much overlap is there between the markets they serve?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I get that question often. First off, Rexel Group worldwide goes to market in many countries with multiple banners or brands in order to service unique aspects of those brands. In the U.S., Rexel USA and Gexpro are two very strong standalone brands, and to a great extent, each have their own supplier partners. So there are really a few markets in which there is overlap, because as most people are familiar with the electrical distribution market in the USA, it remains fairly fragmented. But again, in the few markets in which we do overlap, we look at the strengths, the targets, and customer desires and needs of each banner and customer to determine the best way to serve the customers. The synergies come from the back office. But again, the two brands are unique and really have different places in both commercial and the industrial side, and Gexpro does not really service the residential market at all.
Over the last few years, every distributor and contractor in industrial markets has faced some really tough challenges. How are things going for Rexel?
Well, right now, things are going fairly well. As we look at 2011 and some of the steps that we had to take prior to 2011, the adjustments that we had to make to react to the recession, year-to-date in the U.S., same-store sales are up over 10%, which we're very pleased with because a little bit more than 60% of our business is still tied to commercial and residential construction, and only 40% is on the industrial side. So considering this mix, 10% same-store sales is pretty good this year. Our OPEX is down year over year, so our return on sales in our drop is well above the industry average right now. We were very aggressive in managing our network and reconfiguring our network and our offering to our customers to meet the needs, or the realities, I should say, of the marketplace. What the environment did teach us, though, is that value-added services, and even more so than that, solutions, are more important than ever, which is why during this time we did shift our business and recenter our business a little bit around solutions rather than simply delivering product. And that's where we're seeing the fastest growth in our business. In some of our energy efficiency areas, we're seeing 60 to 80% growth right now.
With the tie to the construction markets, are you seeing any positive signs coming out of those markets yet?
Well, if we weren't watching the news or looking at leading indicators, we would say that things are starting to come back. The residential market has probably bottomed out, and we are seeing certain signs in certain markets of some growth. Commercial business is a little mixed as some of the public investments taper off and the private investments have to come back on. And certainly the industrial business, which is well documented in the market, is very strong, both from an investment and a construction standpoint. So I would tell you that given the numbers I just quoted on our year-to-date performance, we were feeling cautiously optimistic and confident in our ability to continue to grow. Unfortunately, some of the long-term and forward indicators are a little softer than we'd like to see. The Architectural Billing Index is just barely in the growth mode. The Industrial Supply Managers Index is just above where it should be to be in the growth mode. So there's clearly concern out there, but again, what we've done over the past couple of years, I think positions us fairly well, and hopefully we'll continue to see this momentum build.
So do you have any specific examples of some things that Rexel has done to create this new foundation for today's environment?
building on my earlier comment around providing customers with solutions, and if you marry that with the fact that we certainly have some capabilities and certainly play in the energy efficiency market. One thing we did just some time ago was our Gexpro organization launched a new program called Active 8. It's an energy efficiency solutions platform that's designed to help customers from the analysis to the planning to the execution of energy efficiency programs. It's been wildly successful for us. You know, a lot of the ROI, especially when it's founded on some of the new motor technology and the lighting technology for commercial buildings or retail locations, the ROI is certainly very strong, well below 2 years. And then if you couple that with incentives, and those incentives we help our customers find, identify, and locate, the return on investment on a lot of these programs right now is below a year. So that's one example of where focusing on solutions in the energy efficiency market is both helping us weather some of these times, but also helping our customers save money for the future.
Well, energy efficiency seems to have a lot of growth opportunities. Are there other specific areas that you guys are pursuing?
Well, as far as growth, we certainly are involved in alternative energy when it comes to wind and photovoltaic or solar and some other areas. As far as my company, Rexel USA, goes, we're kind of taking a balanced approach to growth going forward. We'll continue to cultivate that organic growth, especially around energy efficiency and services, and we also will continue to keep an eye out for strategic acquisitions. We've always been an acquirer, and we will continue to be so. On the organic growth side, we'll also be focusing on select markets and verticals. We think that the winners of the future will be those that really are a little bit more tailored to customer needs around the verticals or the industries in which they operate.
Great. Well, this next question is one that we ask of all the people we feature in our 7 Minutes with feature each month, and that is, what are the top issues that are keeping you awake at night right now?
I get this question a little bit from our employees, too, when we have our company meetings or some of our development sessions. And, you know, I'd like to say something unique, but I will tell you that, honestly, like most CEOs, the global economic environment is worrisome to me. You know, I'm not so concerned that we can't deal with whatever the economy throws at us. I mean, we've proven over the last couple of years that the employees here and along with our partners and our customers, we can manage ourselves and weather some things like that. But I would tell you that really from the standpoint of without stability and certainty, or at least some more stability and some more certainty, we're not going to see the investment needed for us to grow the way we'd like to grow. We're going to continue to focus on those areas that are available to us. We like to compete. We work hard. We play hard. So we'll take market share wherever we can. But I do get a little concerned about what's going on in the global economic environment as it relates to investment.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Well, thank you for having me today, Janelle.